Alright, I'm going to see if I can do this all with one hand. I took the parts off of the boat trailer. I mean, the boat trailer is old to sit outside. It's very rusted. So I took all those pieces apart. There's parts of the winch and the handle and the ratcheting mechanism, and I'll show you what I'm doing there. These are the other parts, pieces and parts over here, but everything's rusted. So Evan had a good idea. He said, why don't you try electrolysis? So I looked up some YouTubes, and it's really pretty easy. So you mix in this washing soda, which is, I think, sodium carbonate. You mix it with water, so you make it like really alkaline or something. Anyway, you make the water more conductive, I think, is really what you're doing. And they say to do it outside because it's going to give off poisonous gases. Actually, no, oxygen and nitrogen, or hydrogen. Oxygen and hydrogen, because it's breaking down the water into its parts. You know, H2O, hydrogen, oxygen. And so you don't want to do it inside, they say, because of the fumes. It might ignite something. So I'm going to do it outside. And so let me take this first one. And this will all make sense here in a little bit, but I'm going to take these, put those down in there first. Put these in next. I gotta move them over because I need room for this iron tube. And so I'm gonna, yeah, I'll make that work. I'm gonna hold that up like this. Oh, sorry. Hold that up like that. So that metal tube's just going down. I gotta make sure it doesn't touch any of the other metals, or I'll get a direct current through there. But all right, I'm gonna pause this and get some stuff set up, and I'll come right back. All right, this is kind of the redneck solution, but I've got my regular old 12-volt battery charger unplugged. I've got it set for the trickle charge, 2 amp. This is important. I've got the black hooked up to my pieces. They're all wired, so, and then I've got the positive connected to this iron tube. So the idea is electricity flows through. It takes the I don't know how it works exactly, magnetic or electrical, whatever, hydrogen, oxygen. Anyway, it takes the rust from the parts and attaches it to this metal rod, or at least takes it off of the rust off of the product, and maybe drops it to the bottom of the tank. I'm not really sure. But the cool part is, let me plug it in here. And you can see, you'll be able to see, hopefully, give it a minute, you'll be able to see some bubbles coming off of the gears and the rusted things. If you can see it from there. Let me give it a shadow. There you go. So you can see the bubbles coming off. So they say to let it sit there for a couple hours. So, well, it's really going now. Now I want to make sure I don't let those metal parts over there touch this metal pipe underwater, or we'll get a direct current and it'll probably short out my charger. So there we go. I'll let that go. This is my first experiment. And then I'm gonna get like a wire. And again, I don't know if I said that, it can't be a copper wire, so I'm using these galvanized, all-purpose galvanized wire instead of copper, because I guess copper doesn't react very well and it gets everything all green. Anyway, my second batch is gonna be, I'm gonna take a wire like this, I'm gonna run it through all these, so they're all gonna be strung up on this big long wire. And I'll hang that down in the tank and do everything, because all these other parts I can hook up on this wire. I guess I'll do that one at the same time, that big piece. It didn't fit. All right, so I'll come back in a couple hours. It's almost 6 o'clock. I'll come back before bed, I guess, and see how it's going. I might leave it in overnight. They say you can't overdo it. So, all right, I'll keep you posted. Oh, and by the way, these pieces, I think I can grind these down, because they're pretty easy to get to with my grinder. This one here, it's actually split. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually split. It's rusted so bad it's split, so I might grind it down and just keep it that way, or I may have somebody weld it up or make a new piece or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Okay, this is 2 hours later. Looks like a bunch of rust floating on the top. And it's still bubbling, still bubbles coming up out of there. So, let me turn this off, unplug this guy. Come here. And let me get some protective gloves on. Let me see, got these labeled chemical. Okay, I'll use these latex ones. I'll be right back. Okay, brought it inside. Let's take a look. Let me undo some of these so we can take them apart. Oops, oh, there's one lost. All right, let's look at the latest one first. I think the rust is all off of them. I just need to brush them with like vinegar or water or something. So I am gonna, well, let me just set this on the ground here. Yeah, actually that doesn't look too bad. Oh. All right, let's see if I can. Let's see, maybe some wire brushing. Well, it's hard to tell, but I can see a whole bunch of rust liquefied, rust dust flowing around. That still looks rusty, but let's scrape it off a little. And stand by. All right, I don't know if you can tell, but That, I mean, it's, I think if I washed it off with water, and I'm going to, I think the rust is actually gone from there. It's, you see all those pits? That's where the rust was. And so the rust is gone. It's just got that rust color because I smeared it around. I think once I, focus, once I wash them off and put a little bit of oil on them maybe, I think they will be better. So let me do that. Now if I let these just air dry, they're going to rust again from, as that moisture slowly dries on there. So I'm going to use my heat gun and dry them off. Okay, another thing. Hopefully you can tell, but let me put these two right together. So the pin on the shaft on the left was cleaned with electrolysis. The one on the right hasn't. The bolt hasn't been cleaned yet, and you can see how it's all pitted and rough rust everywhere. This one is, all the rust is gone. It's got that rust color. But I think once I oil it, that'll be good. So that's the difference. That's what happens. So I think that'll work. Let me do some more.